Well, let's cross live now to Washington, where we can talk to the Republican Congressman Scott Rigell, who's on Capitol Hill for us. Hello to you. Thanks very much indeed for being with us.
Thank you.
Do you think there's going to be a deal reached before the deadline?
Well, I'm certainly hopeful. I know that a realistic assessment is that the odds are not good for that, but we've offered two, I think, reasonable proposals from the House of Representatives. It may very well end up that we offer a third, and that's without anything of any substance coming back to us from the Senate. So I'm hopeful that they'll match our willingness to negotiate with a reasonable counteroffer, and we can get through this.
But is the sticking point for you, Scott, Obamacare?
Well, I object to the whole use of continuing resolutions. In fact, I voted against the very first continuing resolution a couple of weeks ago. You know, the reason is that they hurt our military, they hurt our economy, and yet this institution, Congress and the White House, have come to rely upon them, and people see them as both inevitable and acceptable. I reject that. Now, I really want us to get through this. It would disrupt the American economy if we went into a shutdown. This would not be good for the Hampton Roads region that I represent. We have the highest concentration of men and women in uniform in the country in my congressional district. All of our carriers, East Coast, are based there. Right.
Okay. So as far as you're concerned, if there is no delay in the implementation of Obamacare, all Americans, if there's no delay for a year, you will vote against the budget tonight?
Well, no, you give me quite a hypothetical there. What I'm saying is this, is that the third measure, if in fact it comes to the floor this way, and I'm not sure that it will, I think there's some question in our own conference as to how we're going to proceed. But the Senate has tabled our last CR, meaning that they're not going to act on it. So that's where we are at this point. And I do think it'd be wise for the House to pass a third continuing resolution that would delay only the individual mandate. It's less of a lift, and it also wisely includes Congress and the White House of not participating in a subsidy on our insurance. Basically, we'd be in the boat with every American, and I think this is a good principle. It's a good really change to the bill. It improves the Affordable Care Act.
Okay, so you want a delay in the mandate for Obamacare.
That's correct.
What does Obamacare have to do with a federal government budget? It's got nothing to do with the budget, surely. This is something that you're adding in, which could destabilize the economic recovery.
Look, I'm a member of Congress in my second term. Never sought office before. I'm more of an entrepreneur than a politician or an elected official, really. I have 150 employees right now in several different businesses. This Affordable Care Act is very disruptive to business. There are people right now making decisions to not hire people because of it. So to present it as if it's a benign piece of legislation, this is just not accurate. It's having real adverse impact on employment and growth in the United States of America. And it's my duty, along with others who share the view that I do, to fight to stop it if we can reasonably do so and replace it with something wiser.
Okay,
look,
what would you say? Sorry, Scott, to interrupt you there. What would you say to those people who say that you and other Republicans on Capitol Hill are in hock to the Tea Party? For the Tea Party, Obamacare, it's got nothing to do with government finances, and that you and many others within the party are worried about your congressional seat.
Well, look, I tell our folks all the time, serve without fear and leave without regret, and I mean that. I'm not making decisions up here worried about the next election. I'm thinking about, to the best of my ability, what's best for the next generation of Americans. And I really believe that even if one supports the Affordable Care Act, there are so many problems embedded in that thing that it's wise to delay it. I spoke to a union member today who called and said, Scott, this thing, we were basically sold a bill of goods. It isn't what it was purported to be, that it's not going to affect your health care. A lot of people across America, including union members who traditionally vote Democratic, are saying, hey, wait a minute, there's a problem here. You know, the president made 8 substantive changes that he signed into law, and he's made 2 executive order decisions that delayed significant portions. He gave a break to big corporations and some unions, and we're just saying the American people ought to get the same thing.
Okay, Scott Rigell, Republican Congressman up there on the Hill. It's good to talk to you. Thanks very much indeed for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you.